My precious child, stop now. Silence everything around you. Take a deep breath. Open wide the door of your heart, because this moment is not ordinary, not a coincidence. This moment was written for you from eternity. I am not just a voice you stumbled upon. I am the voice that shaped every detail of your being in the secret places. The voice that has waited with patience and love for the moment you would finally listen. And that moment is here, now. Not tomorrow, not later. Now. What I have to say is not for everyone. It is for you alone. It is intimate, profound, urgent. I carry a message that can awaken your soul and reignite what you thought was gone. You have been crying out in silence, haven't you? Wondering if I'm still near, still listening, still willing to touch the hidden wounds of your story. And today, I answer you, yes, I am here. I have never left. I have never stopped listening. That emptiness you feel, that weight in your chest, that pull you cannot name, it is the proof that I am moving within you. The time has come to let my voice restore, heal, and transform your life, to brush it off. You've told yourself it's just fatigue, just life being hard. But it isn't. It's divine restlessness. It's my spirit calling out to yours. You weren't meant to walk around numb, uncertain, half alive. You weren't created for mere survival. You were designed for connection, for communion, for the kind of intimacy that doesn't fade when things get heavy. My child, I need you to know, I see you. I see the way you've been holding things together for everyone else. I see the smile you wear and the silence you carry beneath it. I see the nights when you pray and feel like the sky is sealed shut. I know the weight you bear and how expertly you've hidden it. But I am not distant. I have not turned away. I've been drawing near all along, quietly, gently, so as not to startle your weary heart. And now I need to talk to you. Not in riddles, not through thunder, but in the stillness that can only be heard when everything else fades. Will you make room for this moment? Because I have more for you. Not just answers, not just outcomes, but a presence. My presence rich and steady enough to carry you through storms and stillness alike. You've been asking for direction. You've whispered for clarity in the dark. I've heard every word, even the ones you didn't say out loud. The sighs, the tears on your pillow, the questions you didn't feel brave enough to voice. I was there, and I'm still here. I've watched you give away pieces of yourself, hoping to be understood, to be held, to be known. I've seen you shrink yourself just to stay accepted. But you don't have to keep doing that. My child, I already understand. I already know, and still I choose you. There's nothing broken in you that disqualifies you from my love. No decision, no doubt, no distance that makes you unworthy in my eyes. You keep waiting to feel ready. You keep waiting to be more spiritual, more focused, more put together. But I never asked for perfection. I asked for permission. Permission to step in, to speak, to heal. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to impress me. You don't even have to have the right words. I'm not looking for your polish. I'm looking for your permission to simply be near. This moment is not about achieving something. It's about receiving something. It's about letting go of what was never yours to carry in the first place. I know you've been strong. I honor your resilience. But I never asked you to do it all alone. I never intended for you to bear the weight of life without the strength of my presence. That anxiety you feel, that pressure to figure it all out, lay it down. Not because I'm asking you to give up, but because I'm offering you rest, holy soul deep rest. You've been walking through a season that's tested you in ways you didn't see coming. People have left, plans have crumbled, the very ground beneath your feet has felt unstable. And still you kept moving, still you kept trusting, even when you didn't feel strong, you chose to stay. That matters more than you know. Faith isn't always loud, sometimes it's quiet and trembling. Sometimes it's just refusing to walk away when everything in you wants to disappear. And you stayed. That is holy ground. That is faith. I need to talk to you because you're on the edge of something new. You've been sensing it. The pull, the tension, the stretch. It's not your imagination. I've been preparing you piece by piece, not with loud announcements, but with quiet shaping. The silence wasn't absence, it was preparation. The delay wasn't denial, it was alignment. What you thought was waiting was me crafting something you couldn't see yet. And now the pieces are moving, the light is shifting, you are not behind, you are right on time. I want you to know that the things you've buried, the dreams you thought were too far gone, the pieces of your purpose you laid down years ago, they're not dead. They were just dormant. Seeds take time. Roots grow in the unseen. And what I planted in you, I will bring to life in due time. But first, you must let me into the places you've locked, the rooms of your heart you've sealed, shut out of pain, shame, or fear. I won't barge in. I wait for your yes. That's how deeply I honor your will. But I'm at the door now, knocking gently, calling you by name. Let me in, child. Let me into the questions, into the contradictions, into the unresolved ache that lingers long after the lights go out. I will not abandon you in the dark. I will sit with you there until morning comes, and it will come. I am the light that cannot be extinguished. Even in your deepest despair, I am not deterred. I step into your shadows with full knowledge of what lives there, and still I choose to stay. That's what love looks like. That's what redemption feels like. Not forced, not earned, just received. You've carried a version of yourself that was never truly you. A version shaped by survival, by scarcity, by what others told you you had to be. But I am gently peeling that away now. You are not defined by what hurt you. You are not trapped by who you used to be. I see your essence beneath the armor. I see your softness, your sensitivity, your longing to love and be loved without fear. And I call it good. You are good. Not perfect, not polished, but present. And that is all I've ever asked of you. So listen closely, my beloved. This isn't a warning. It's a whisper. This isn't a threat. It's an invitation to return, to rest, to receive, to remember who you are and whose you are. You've walked long and far. You've fought battles few ever saw. And now I want to carry what's left of the weight. Let me be enough for you. Let me be the place you exhale. Let me be your beginning again. I need to talk to you, not because you've failed, but because you've endured. Not because you're lost, but because you're ready. You didn't miss it. You didn't mess it up. You're right where I've been leading you all along. And now together we begin again. Your story is not over. This is not the end. This is the turning point. The moment where everything begins to unfold, not by striving, but by surrender. I am here. I am close. I am speaking. All I ask is that you stay and listen. I've watched the way you carry your quiet disappointments, how you've smiled through the ache, hidden your trembling behind polite words, and buried your questions beneath a practiced faith. You thought I didn't notice, didn't you? You assumed I only respond to loud prayers and bold declarations. But child, it's your whispers that stir heaven. The moments when you didn't have the words, but you still reached for me with a trembling heart. Those moments are sacred. I've bottled every silent tear, every breathless cry in the dark. Every time you chose to believe even when you couldn't see. That is what moves me. That is what draws me near. I need to talk to you. Not because you've done something wrong, but because I want you to see what I see when I look at you. You've measured yourself by broken mirrors, mirrors cracked by comparison, shame, and old voices that were never mine. But I see someone who has survived more than they've ever spoken aloud. I see strength dressed as gentleness. I see courage clothed in silence. I see a soul that kept going even when it had every reason to stop. I see you, and I am proud of you. You've confused survival with weakness. But survival is not failure. It's proof of resilience. You are still here. Not because you figured everything out, but because I held you together when everything around you was falling apart. You didn't even realize it, did you? You called it coincidence. You called it luck. But it was me. It was always me. gently wrapping my grace around your most fragile moments, speaking peace over your panic, placing breath in your lungs when your strength was gone. There were things I allowed to fall apart not to punish you, but to protect what it planted inside you. You thought the ending meant I had left, but I was in the ending just as much as I am in the beginning. Some doors had to close so you wouldn't settle. Some friendships faded so you wouldn't forget your identity. Some seasons went silent because I needed you to hear the sound of your own heart again. The one I designed. The one the world tried to silence. But I never forgot your sound. I know your voice, I know your rhythm, and I'm calling you back to the beat of it now. My child, I know what you lost. I know what it cost you. And I know what you've blamed yourself for. Quietly, privately, behind smiles and Sunday words. But I never stopped calling you mine. Your wounds don't scare me. Your doubts don't repel me. Even the places in you that still wrestle, that still wonder, are not a barrier to me. In fact, it is those very places I long to sit beside. Not to fix you, not to scold you, but to hold you. Let me talk to the part of you that feels forgotten, the part that's learned to hide when things get too hard. I know that part well. The version of you that only comes out when everyone else is asleep and the noise of the world fades into silence. That's the you I want. Not the polished you, not the strong one. The real you. The one who still wonders if they're lovable. The one who still aches for belonging. The one who was afraid that if anyone knew their whole story, they would walk away. But I won't walk away. I never have, even when you pushed me aside. Even when you said you didn't need me, even when you thought you had wandered too far, I stayed. I stood in the doorway, watching with love in my eyes, waiting for the moment your heart would turn back, even slightly. And now that it has, I am running to you. Arms open, joy overflowing. Because this is what I've longed for. Not your perfection, but your presence. Not your certainty, but your surrender. You've been holding your breath, waiting for the next shoe-toe drop. Bracing yourself for disappointment, even in joy. And I understand why. I know what life has taught. You that nothing good lasts, that love always leaves, that people always change, but I am not them. I don't change like shadows. I don't leave when things get hard. I don't get tired of your process. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I have chosen you, not just the you show to the world, but the you that still cries when no one is watching. The you that tries to hold everything together, the you that doesn't know what comes next. That's why I need to talk to you now, because the next chapter of your life won't look like the last one, and you've already felt it, haven't you? The tug, the stirring, the sense that something is shifting, even though you can't explain it yet. You feel it in your bones, like the ground is getting ready to move, and I am here to tell you it is. I'm moving you not away from who you are, but deeper into who you've always been. Underneath the fear, underneath the survival, underneath the pain, I'm awakening something ancient and eternal in you, not something new, something true, something sacred. The part of you that has always been in tune with my voice. The part of you that knew how to hope before hope felt dangerous. I'm reviving your vision. I am renewing your joy. Not the loud surface joy that fades, but the deep joy that sits quietly and tells you, you're safe now, you're home now, you're loved even here. You don't have to force your healing. You don't have to pretend that you've figured it all out. This isn't a race, this is a return. You're not behind, you're not late. The process you're walking is holy. Every step, every pause, every breath, you're learning to walk again. But this time not to earn love, just to receive it. So come, my child, come as you are. We've been here before, you and I, and every time I've waited with open arms. This moment is no different. There's nothing you need to prove. Nothing you need to prepare. Just be still. Just listen. Just let me talk to you the way I always have. In the quiet, in the ache, in the beauty you forgot belonged to you. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are right on time for what I am doing next in your life. This is the moment your heart has been aching for, even if your mind didn't know how to name it. And now that you're here, now that you've come close enough to hear me again, know this: I've never stopped speaking. I've only been waiting for the noise to die down so you could hear. My child, I need to talk to you, not just today, not just in this moment, but always. And now that you're listening, stay. There's something I need you to understand, something that's been buried beneath the noise of your fears, beneath the years of waiting and wondering. You are not disqualified. You never were. I know there are chapters in your life that you've sealed, shut, memories you'd rather forget, decisions that still echo with shame. But child, I do not write people off because of where they've been. I redeem them because of who they are becoming. Your history does not make you less in my eyes. It makes your story holy. The cracks, the bruises, the broken moments, those are where my light shines brightest. That is where I begin. I need to talk to you because you've started believing something that was never true. That you're too much and not enough all at once, too emotional, too sensitive, too complicated, not disciplined. Enough, not spiritual enough, not strong enough. But hear me, child. None of those labels came from me. They came from pain, from people who didn't see you clearly, from a world that only values polished perfection. But I made you in my image. I crafted your soul with intention. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle still unfolding. I've seen the way you talk yourself out of good things, the way you treat when you start to feel joy as if it's too heavy a hope to carry. You've trained yourself to expect loss, so even peace feels suspicious. But I am neither to give and take like shifting shadows. I am the Father of lights, and there is no darkness in me. When I give, I do not give with strings. I do not bless you to burden you. I bless you to remind you of who you are. Chosen, beloved, are covered. Yes, the enemy has tried to convince you otherwise. He's whispered lies in the quiet places, telling you that you've missed your moment, that you're too broken to be used, that the dreams you once held are now beyond reach. But he doesn't know what I know. He doesn't see what I see. I see potential, not ruin. I see promise, not failure. I see destiny, not disqualification. My timing is not like yours, and my plans are never derailed by delay. I've been orchestrating something deeper than what you imagined, and now you're beginning to feel the stirring. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. Let me speak to the fear you've been carrying like armor. The fear of being seen, truly seen in all your vulnerability. I know it feels safer to pretend, to perform, to stay hidden behind the image you've carefully built. But I didn't fall in love with your mask. I fell in love with you, the real you, the one who wrestles but still comes back to me, the one who doubts but still dares to hope, the one who is tired but hasn't given up. That's the you I see, that's the you I died for, and that's the you I'm speaking to right now. You don't have to impress me. I am already impressed by your courage to keep going. By the way, you've held on even when everything in you was begging to let go. I honor that tenacity. I bless that kind of quiet faith. And I promise you, I'm not wasting any of it. Every tear has watered the soil of your future. Every unanswered question has carved a deeper space for wisdom. Every detour has been a divine redirection. Even the things you've labeled as failures, I'm folding those into the masterpiece I've been writing from the beginning. You thought the waiting was empty, but it's been full of formation, full of revelation, full of refining. I've been shaping your capacity to carry what's coming, because what I'm about to entrust to you requires depth. It requires tenderness. It requires a heart that knows what it's like to be broken and still beat with hope. And you, my child, you have that heart. You've earned that strength, not by striving, but by staying. You've endured, and that endurance has not gone unnoticed. The world teaches you to hustle, to push, to climb, but I teach you to rest, to abide, to trust. You've been taught to measure success by speed and size, but I measure it by surrender. And you are learning that slowly, beautifully. You're unlearning the need to prove. You're learning to just be. And that's where your power lies. Not in doing more, but in being with me. That's where your wisdom will come from. That's where your peace will be restored. That's where your voice will rise, not as an echo of everyone else, but as the sound I placed inside you from the start. Yes, I've placed something unique in you, and yes, it's time to uncover it. No more pretending you don't carry weight. No more hiding behind false humility or fear of failure. What I've given you is holy. It's not arrogance to embrace it, it's obedience. You were born to shine, not to shrink. You were made to carry my glory in your words, in your presence, in the quiet impact of your life. And you will, as you allow me to continue speaking into your becoming. There will be moments ahead where you'll be tempted to go back to the old way of thinking, to the familiar patterns that kept you safe, but small. But child, hear me. What I'm doing in you now is not a seasonal shift. It's a foundational shift. You're not returning to the old you. You're becoming someone you've never been, but who you were always meant to be. This is not a surface-level makeover. This is soul-level transformation, and it is sacred. Let me remind you, your timeline is not broken. Your journey is not delayed. You haven't missed your moment. You're not behind. You're being aligned. And everything that's happened has been preparing you for what's next. So don't fear the quiet seasons. Don't curse the lonely places. That's where I reveal the most. That's where clarity is born. That's where you stop needing everyone else to validate what I've already confirmed inside you. Child, I need you to trust that I'm still guiding your steps. Even when you feel like you're wandering, even when your plans fall apart, even when doors close and nothing makes sense, I see farther than you can. I'm protecting you from what you can't see yet. I'm preserving the oil. I'm guarding the promise. I'm shaping the path so that when you walk into it, it won't just be a breakthrough, it will be a becoming. So rest, breathe, open your heart. Let me keep speaking. Let me keep forming. Let me keep leading you one gentle step at a time. You don't need to map it out. You just need to stay near, because where I'm taking you, you won't need certainty. You'll need closeness, and you already have it. Your soul has heard my voice before. You've known this presence in the stillness. This is not unfamiliar. This is home. So stay a little longer. Let this word settle in your bones. Let it echo through the chambers of your heart. Let it awaken what life tried to bury. You're not just receiving encouragement. You're receiving identity. You're not just hearing words. You're being reminded of your original design. I've never been far. I've never stopped speaking. And now, because you've drawn near, because you're finally still, I will keep talking. I will keep unfolding what is started long ago. I will not rush. I will not force. I will walk with you every step of the way. And I will finish what I began. My child, the time has come to look not at what's behind you, but at what's beginning before you. You've walked long roads, some in silence, some in sorrow. You've carried burdens they never asked you to carry, and yet you never stopped. Even with trembling hands, even with a questioning heart, you kept coming back, and that is what has brought you here to this sacred moment. This is more than a conversation. This is a turning point, a divine pivot, a holy invitation, not to a religion, not to performance, but to presence, to mine and to yours. You've been on the edge of becoming, lingering near the threshold of your new chapter. But now I am opening the door. I am drawing back the curtain and letting the light in. And you, beloved one, are ready to rise. You thought I'd forgotten the things you whispered years ago, the dreams you tucked away, the prayers you gave up on, the hopes you packed in boxes and buried beneath the weight of disappointment. But I never forget. What you let go of in despair, I preserved in love. What you buried in sorrow, I have watered in grace, and now it begins to bloom. Not all at once, not in spectacle, but in divine timing, with roots strong enough to stand and branches wide enough to bless others. You've been asking, is this it? Wondering if the season you're in is all there is. But no, child, this is not the end. It is the clearing. It is the space I've made for you. The winds you thought were breaking, you were actually shifting the atmosphere. The stillness you called a delay was actually my hand holding back the weight of premature doors. You'll walk into what I've promised you, not anxious and afraid, but grounded, whole, and certain of who walks beside you. Let me tell you something else. What I've placed inside you isn't small. It's not ordinary. It's not insignificant. It carries the fragrance of heaven. It carries my essence, and the world needs it. Your voice, your perspective, your scars, your healing, all of it is oil, all of it is sacred. You don't need a platform to be powerful. You don't need perfection to make impact. You only need presence, and you have that. You have me. You always have. And I'm not just raising you for you. I'm preparing you for those around you, the ones who will be touched by your journey, changed by your healing, strengthened by your obedience. They are watching even now, some with curiosity, some with silent desperation, wondering if what you found is real. Let them seethe light in your eyes. Let them feel the shift in your words. Let your transformation speak what your voice cannot. You are not just becoming, you are embodying. This is no longer a season of reaching. This is a season of rising. And as you rise, don't look back. Don't shrink to fit into places I've called you out of. Don't question your anointing just because others don't understand it. Don't explain your growth to those committed to your old version. Rise with grace, with fire, with stillness, with me. You are not alone. Look around. You're part of something bigger now. A movement of hearts awakening to the voice that never stops speaking. A family of souls tuning in every day to the frequency of heaven. This isn't just a message. It's a mantle. This space, this channel, this sanctuary I've led you to, it's your reminder that you are seen, that you are called, that you are never without a word. Yes, child, this is your place, a refuge in the noise, a well in the wilderness, a fire that keeps burning even when the world goes cold. And here is where I will keep talking to you. Every word you hear, every moment you linger, it is me drawing you deeper. This isn't a coincidence. This is alignment. This is divine design. Soar Turn daily, not for the content, but for the connection. Let these messages be my rhythm in your routine. Let them anchor you, lift you, guide you. Let them remind you of who you are when the world tries to make you forget. You don't have to wander anymore. You found a place to be still and know. And in this stillness I will speak. And as you listen, let your light ripple outward. Let your presence invite others in. Let your journey bless those who are still walking toward their awakening. You are not just being fed, you are being equipped, not just for comfort but for calling. You are being sent not in haste but in hope. Now take a deep breath. Feel the peace returning. Feel the clarity forming. Feel the fire rekindling. I am not done with you. I've only just begun. This is the rebirth, the renewal, the rise, and this is holy ground. Stay here, my beloved child. Let me continue to speak. Let me continue to shape. Let me continue to lead you. Because your journey isn't over. It's unfolding, and this channel, this space, this divine rhythm, we walk it together. You are mine, and I am speaking still. My child, this channel is the table I've prepared for you. Come back daily and receive what I've poured out. Let your voice join the countless others I've awakened. Speak your amen in the comments below, and let your presence declare, I am ready to rise.